Hello all. So California is now slipping into winter. I've got to start dressing the part. The highs 85, the lows 75. I better get into my winter equipment here. It could be a scorcher today, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, is it? Let's move on down the trail and let's talk about whales. What's happening with whales? So, before we get to the whales, let's actually get to what has been happening with weather. Cyclones or hurricanes, whichever name you choose to call them. So let's look at a period of time from 1977 to present of what the hurricanes have looked like. Are they getting more of them? Bigger? Well, there's not actually more of them per se, but they are definitely getting bigger. Let's look at the chart here. As you see, as we go up in time, the strength increases more and more. And not only that, but the size increases. See, that's where these huge onshore push of water comes from. The bigger they are, the more water comes on shore, and the higher it comes. Not only does it do more destruction, but it lasts them a little bit longer. And another thing we're seeing is that the hurricanes are starting to stall out over when they just make landfall. They tend to stall out there. That's interesting, isn't it? So 7 out of 10 strongest landfall hurricanes in recorded history have occurred since 2006. What does that tell you? But that's not the thing that really bothers me the most, because people are still saying there's no such thing as climate change, but yet we're seeing it day by day, study by study, and it's still being ignored. Now this is a springtime flower, and I have never seen it bloom in the fall before, ever. But yet, here we are, trying to tell everybody there's no such thing as climate change, because people like that just don't have a brain anyway. So unfortunately, the Orange Man here in the US has okayed a massive oil drilling in the Arctic waters above Alaska. Now this is really bad. He couldn't have picked a worse spot. The whole area around Alaska, the western part of Alaska and the northern part, are where the humpbacks and the gray whales come to feed in the summer. The way they feed is that they scoot along the ground and sort of sift out their food from in the mud. Now if that mud is just full of oil and Corexol, trying to fix oil spills, which will occur, especially with this massive of a project. And I've got a question for you though. Not only is this detrimental to the whales, but it also, there's a fragile ecosystem right up in that area with the only animals that live anywhere in the world are right there. We're willing to just throw that away for a few oil jobs? And let's not forget what was told us. We must keep this oil in the ground. What part of that does not he hear? So the massive question is, where are the Democrats on this? Don't hear anybody saying anything. It's just myself and maybe 4 or 5 others. Let's move on. It's getting crowded around here once again. Okay guys, how come when all this kind of this disrespect for our planet happens, that money wins out every time, regardless of what the consequences? If there's $1, just $1 to be made, it's okay to wipe out an entire species, and they all have their reasons and why they say this is okay. Usually it has to come on with religious reasons, that a floating cloud being put all this stuff here for humans to exploit. Lord, couldn't be a more incorrect. If you destroy the entire ecosystem, you will die as well. But I guess he doesn't care since he's so old now, and look at his face, it's just shot. So another thing these mega heads are coming out with are these bumper stickers that are being stuck everywhere where it says, "I love haters." You know, where are the Democrats? Why is there so little being said by the Democrats? They're supposed to be an opposition party. You know, after the midterms, here's another chance. Make up a whole new party, whole new group, even if it's a small group of us doing it. New party, new name, an actual progressive, united platform. Something that unites the world, unites the people, and educates the people. Look what we just went through. Comes a child. So, if we were to educate ourselves and unite as one, can you imagine the things we could do as a people? Just saying, I think it's so much better to unite than to divide. But right now, it's all about dividing. Again, after midterms, a new party? Let me hear from you. I certainly do appreciate all the ups, the downs, and the new subscribers. And until next time.